What's up, y'all? It's Lanae, and yes, my hair is a mess because I'm working on twisting it. You see, but you know what? Just ignore the hair. It's been like this for like 2 days now. You know how I be tired of doing other shit, you know. But let's get into it, y'all. Just gonna do like a general love, career, finance reading, general life reading. You know, it could be in love, it could be relationship. Or any specific situation that you have been drawn to this video about. Just keep an open eye, use your intuition, okay? Because, you know, it's a general reading. So make sure you take what resonates and make sure you leave the rest. Okay, hold on. Excuse any background noise, by the way. Just for the heads up. What is the collective need to hear the most going on? Like, what do you need to hear the most? Like, what's going on in y'all's life, mind? What's going on in your life? What's going on in your mind? What's going on around you? What should you be aware of? What should you be focused on? Okay, this card stayed on the ground. So let's keep it. Okay. So God wants y'all to focus on the fact that we are all one, okay? That's the main thing that you need to focus on. I feel like there's a lot of separating yourself from other people and other things, feeling like you're pretty much separate from it, you know what I mean? Like, when we compare ourselves to somebody, we're basically, it's a reflection of us, you know? And that's anything here, like we are using this body as a vessel for our soul. So our eyes, our ears, you know, our 5 senses is used to help communicate to our soul what's going on out here, right? So for us to be like trying to judge things and or even feeling like it's separate, I'm getting this energy where you want something but you feel like you can't get it because you're not good enough. It's something here where you just feel like you have to reach a certain level in order to receive something, but it's more of the mind. It's more about your thoughts, okay? Your mindset is what will make it seem closer or further than what it really is, okay? So it's something here with expression because we have the throat chakra that came out, number 29. So I'm definitely saying like you are needing to put more power into your manifestation energy, okay? There's something here with your throat chakra, like with communication and your thoughts. It's about your thoughts, all of this air energy, because you know air is like communication, thoughts. It has something to do with your intuition as well, but mostly your intuition has to do with your emotions and your thoughts together. But it says presence. So you know that card that flipped out in the beginning, it has presence. It says presence here, okay? And it says awareness, attention, reality, and connection. So it's something here where you have to use your power, like the power of your tongue, the power of your words and your mind, your thoughts, to actually manifest your reality, okay? Because some here you're not seeing things for the way you would want to see it. You're just observing, and you're seeing it as a separate entity from you or a separate thing from you, when really you already have it within you, okay? Whatever you need, if it's abundance, like money, if you need stability, if you need support, you have that within you, because the only thing that you really need is God, because God will direct you towards the thing. But you shouldn't have to, you don't have to stress about it. Like with you stressing about it, that's letting God know that you're the one who's trying to get it yourself and not letting God do it for you, okay? So stop stressing. Okay, so the key here is to stay connected with source energy, okay? Because as we know, source is literally the power bank of everything, right? Which is God. So it's the thing is here, it's like when we forget that God sent us here, or God, you know, is in control, then we try to control things ourselves. So not only did God create you, but God created me. God created these cards through a person, you know what I mean? Like everything that's created out here, even the houses, the cars, anything that's out here that you see, is something that God allowed to be here, okay? Which means God said it's good enough to be here, which means you are good enough to be here. And that also means that whatever you're here for, you're going to receive it, because that's what the fuck you're here for. What else would you be on earth for if you're not? It is that your heart is drawn to, and sometimes we don't know how to identify exactly what that is, but it'd be like a feeling, it'd be a whole world within us, you know what I mean? It could be like a paradise that we dream of, that we want to make happen. And I'm telling you that it's possible. The thing is that I'm getting here, you're seeing that world separate from you and feeling like it's a fantasy, or feeling like it's something that you can only dream of, okay? And that's what I'm getting. Stop seeing it as separate, because the fact that you can even imagine it, it's somewhere within you already, okay? The fact that you can already like soak in that thought, you know, like daydream about it and feel the emotions and everything, then you're already there. That's also what the universe is trying to get you to do more of, is to like try to find a way to feel those energies now, which is connecting you to it in real life, in this energy, I mean, on this dimension. So for example, if you just so happen to like, you know, want to get in contact with somebody, if you keep saying their name, keep, you know, like visualizing them and just thinking about them all the time, you're going to eventually run into them. You're going to eventually see them, okay? But it's not about like chasing it. It's about just already being content with the fact that you have them already within you. You already have whatever you need within you. So if that's love, if that's a relationship, if that's, you know, stability, money, or even support, okay, you already know how to support yourself. You already know how to love yourself. You already know how to, you know, be friends with yourself. And that's the thing too, like our mind is the most powerful thing. That's what creates the experience for us, okay? So we can look at this, we can look at where we are right now and feel like this is the worst place we could ever be, or we could feel like this is like the best thing yet, you know? Every day is getting better and better. That's something that you should be looking at. Like, you know, no matter how bad it looks on the outside, things are actually getting better behind the scenes, because there's no way we can just go backwards, you know? So it's just about you believing. Even if your mindset has changed and has thought negatively of things, that doesn't mean that you lost your power. That doesn't mean that your soul, like, you know, you're still here for a reason. Like I said, God has not given up on you. So the main thing you need to be aware of is your mind and the things that you're telling yourself, because it's not the truth. And it's that simple. So we have divine consciousness, and you can, as you can see, like this card has actually come out a lot in the past couple of readings, okay? But what I'm getting, because it says interconnection, expansion, oneness, and light. So that means that it's, you know, light represents how you perceive something, okay? So you can see something in a good light or a bad light, or, you know, you can wear rose-colored glasses. You know, it's different kind of lights out here. And so you're being advised to see things in the light that you would want to see yourself in, okay? Everything. So see beauty, see love, see support, see, you know, see friendship in everything. See yourself in everything, okay? Try to relate to the world as if this is your world. This is something that you belong here, okay? So it's about you feeling, you know, soaking in that. We have compassion. It says caring, empathy, acceptance, and gentleness. So I do feel an energy, like I said, it's something that, you know, when you look at something outside of you and you feel like, you know, it's separate from you, you get into more altercations, arguments, and you end up trying to do things yourself. So you end up ruining the process. Like, you know, everything's not meant to be so hardcore and go getter type energy, you know? It's about allowing God to hand it to you, allow things to flow naturally, because there's people who want to help you. There's things out there that are actually meant for you that you don't have to fucking, you know, fight for. You know, it's already yours. All you got to do is be able to call it out. Yep. And it's crazy because if you see how I got this card in my hand, I picked it up from here, which is this deck, this pile here. And if you pay attention, just a second. We have communication right under that. So it's about your words. It's about what you're communicating to God. If you're communicating at all, that's the thing. A lot of you are not aware that you're communicating with God at all times. No matter if you think about it or not, you're constantly attracting and manifesting, okay? So whatever you just pay attention to, even if you feel like you're just getting away for a moment or you're just relaxing, you could be paying, like your way of relaxing could be, okay, let me watch the Bad Girls Club. Let me watch BMF. Let me, you know. But these TV shows or whatever it is that you decide to indulge in, they should be positive. They should be feeding your soul, okay? Because we're not here for the flesh. We're not here to be entertained. We're here to be, like givers to the world. You know, we have to, like, that's the thing too, the world is so corrupted now that everybody feels like, you know, they need the entertainment. They want to be entertained constantly, when really we are the fucking entertainment. We have entertainment within us. Our soul is naturally, you know, it can feel bliss. It can feel entertained by just seeing the flowers on the ground, seeing the weather, seeing different clouds. They have different shapes, seeing the birds, they, you know, the animals and stuff. Like, you naturally have an excitement within you when you connect with nature. But when you disconnect with nature and you stay in a house all the time, and it's like you're pretty much in a box, right? Like, this, the shape of the houses, it's not too much where energy can flow. Energy flows in circles. So if you think about it, America, how our houses are built and stuff, it's a square. I know I'm getting deep, but you have to feel me though. Like, even our minds are round, which means, like, you know, when you think about something, it comes back around eventually. If you meditate on something, then energy is gonna come back around. It's like everything moves in a cycle. But if you have a fucking square energy around you, it means that you cannot. It's like it stops at some point. You know what I mean? Everything, it stops and it just gets thrown back at you. You know what I mean? And so what I'm getting, y'all, so when you stay in a box for so long and you pretty much can't circulate your thoughts are not evolving because it's the same, like, box you're in, okay? And you start watching a box, you watch the TV, okay? It's like only so much that you can be feeding your soul. You're not really getting anywhere. You're gonna be in the same position. Like, the only time you should be doing that is if you're very content with your life. And you know what I mean? I'm not saying don't watch TV. I'm not saying don't entertain yourselves, but I need you to be aware that entertainment is not necessary if you already have that, your soul, like your inner child. You know, children, they find shit, they find things to entertain themselves. We've gotten so used to, you know, this society that we have to just, like, I don't know, it's like we always need to consume something, eat something, watch something, play. Like, it's always something that's not natural though. Like, most people, we don't think to, you know, go stargaze, to see what the clouds are maybe saying, go meditate, you know, go climb a tree, go make a tree house or something like that. People are not even like that anymore. But what you're being guided to do is to see more love in the world, even in nature, okay? So it's like, allow yourself to connect with nature. Like, be around, cause see this flower right here, I'm just getting, like, be around flowers, be around plants, be around more life energy, okay? In the house, I'm getting that most of y'all have been in the house a lot, but in the house, it's not much life around you, okay? So just get, like, go sit in the grass, like, get a blanket, sit in the grass, put your feet in the grass, you know, just do something with nature, hug a tree. It's like, you have to see things as a reflection of you, and you want to see yourself in the best light, right? So see everything else in the best light possible. Even this fucking water bottle right here, you should be seeing it as clarity and hydration, you know? Like, of course that's what it is, but people don't pay attention no more. We just think, oh, water, let me drink it. Like, we take our everyday life and things that are natural for us, like even a bottle of water, or, you know, the sun, or animals around us, or just people being happy. We take that for granted because we always want to be entertained or want more. So for some reason this card has came out. So we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about celebrating with friends and family, or just getting along with others, okay? Finding a way to gather together and just having energy, you know? It could be a dinner, okay? I'm getting, find a way to be more present with your thoughts. And then when you're present with your thoughts, then you're able to actually have more say-so over it, you know what I mean? Because a lot of the time, like, those thoughts, they come in, and then we naturally, like, because we're afraid to go in a certain direction with our thoughts, we block it out of fear. But really, if we allow it a little bit, you know, allow the thoughts to flow in, and realize that you are not your thoughts. Even though everything is a part of you, even your body. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, we're all connected, but it's another dimension that connects us, okay? That's what you have to realize. So it's like your thoughts can sometimes be somebody else's little words that you're absorbing. So you could have watched a TV show or listened to a podcast. You might not have even been listening to it for real. It's just been on in the background. But for some reason, later on you end up thinking really hard about it, or it ends up in your mind to where you're using that information as if it's a part of you, when in reality it was a part of, you know, somebody else's mindset. So that's what I'm getting, like, be more present with yourself so you can realize, like, what's coming from where and what's actually coming from your heart, and, you know, naturally coming from your energy field, which you will know for sure if you just pay attention, okay? And we have love and intuition here. So I'm just getting, it's something here like you already know that like your intuition is telling you things, but because you're so all over the place, I'm really getting that you're not present with yourself or present with God. It's something here you need to talk to God, like, and I'm talking about for like at least 30 minutes, because the energy I'm getting is that you've been in this distracting energy for like months now, is what I'm getting. And it could have been even longer for some of you. Like, the longer you're in it, the more programmed you're becoming, you know what I mean? Watching TV all day, eating all day, not going outside. You might be working, but you come back home and just lay down, and then your thoughts are not positive. It's just more like, oh, this is the same old bullshit, you know? And then you might not even be feeling like it's the same old, but you could just be feeling like, you know, what more is there to life? Because you feel something is becoming repetitive here, okay? Your intuition is trying to tell you that you have more to you than to do this everyday routine that you've been doing, okay? This is not natural, okay? We're meant to wake up, and every day when you wake up, there's always something refreshing about a new day, okay? And it's like God is trying to, there's always new information. There's always new information every day. There's always a new task and energy that's in every day, you know what I mean? So today you wake up, right? The sun come out. The sun has new information every day. Basically, if you sit outside every day in the sun and soak up that warmth, soak up the energy of the sun, it's actually going to feed you the knowledge and energy that you need for the day. But you need to sit out there for, I would say, at least about 10 minutes a day in the morning, so that it can be fresh in your on your mind and your energy or whatever. The thing is, like, the sun doesn't have a mouth. It's not gonna talk to you, but you're gonna receive visuals. You're gonna receive certain thoughts. Like I said, you know, it's like every day we go through life and we have thoughts that aren't ours, but once we sit down and we just pay attention to God and stuff like that, you know, pay attention to the sun, pay attention to like one thing and relax, because everything is God. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, you don't say that this is God, but this represents God, so you can use it to connect with God. It's like a portal, you know what I mean? So if you pay attention to the sun or the clouds and realize that, you know, God created all of this, even if you pay attention to another human being, your children, your lover, your mother, somebody, and see God in them, you will learn something. It will feed your soul, because your intention is to be fed from God, okay? So the thing is, yeah, like I said, the sun doesn't have a mouth. It's not going to tell you exactly what to do, but you're going to get an energy, and that feeling, the feelings are going to make you react in a way that is godly, okay? If that makes sense. And it's also going to make you, like, your thoughts are going to be more purified, okay? It might not happen right away, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, and that's the thing too, I'm not perfect. Like, I still have my days. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I just had a fucking breakdown yesterday. So, I mean, it's not easy. Like, this world is not easy, okay? Especially no matter how positive you are, you're still gonna have your days. But it's about how you view them days, you know what I'm saying? You have to know that that's not the last day in the world, you know, it's gonna be better times. And just think bigger, you know. Don't be so inside of don't be so inside of your situation that you're not seeing God work for you. You know what I mean? Because everything happens for a reason, whether we want to agree or not. You know, it's always a cause and effect, and it's pretty. As much as people want to deny it, a lot of things really are natural based off of the way things have been lately. Like, you know, if you do something that most people don't like about you or whatever, you have your own reason, right? And that's natural based off of your life because it was a cause and effect. So let's say you ended up in a horrible relationship in the past and you've been abused or whatever. You come out of that relationship and you end up, I don't know, to cope, you smoke now or something. I don't know. Whatever this is you do, you know, it's natural. Even though it's not so pleasant, people like, you know, you do this because you're hurt, you do this because of that. It's still a natural thing that a human would do after being hurt, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we have to accept these things, accept that we're not perfect, accept that, you know, everything is love. Yeah, accept that everything is love, even though it might hurt us. You know, it's all God. God wants us to know that we are strong enough. We don't have to hurt. That hurt is it's a perspective, you know. Being hurt is a perspective. Being a victim is a perspective. We can feel like, you know, this is happening to us, or it's happening so that I can do this. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily trying to hold you back from anything. God wants you to know your power. God wants you to use your intuition right now and stop choosing to pay attention to the things that are not for you and pay attention to the things that are for you, okay? So, these cards came out. As I was saying, judgment, I feel like, okay, we have the judgment card that came out. And with what I was saying in the beginning, like, you have to stop seeing things as all separate from you and feeling like basically you're just you and you're here by yourself, because we're all connected through God, like I said. So you know, even God is allowing me to make this video for you. So this is just God trying to communicate to you. It's not even that serious. Like, people like to label everything, and it's not meant to be labeled. You know, we're not meant to always be strategic and know how everything is working. It's just about receiving at some point, allowing the universe to work for you. And, you know, if it feels good, it feels good. That's for you. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. It's that simple. So you're being guided to move forward. It's crazy because both of these cards, they have a family here, okay? So you see Judgment came out first, and then we have the Chariot, okay? So I'm getting that from Judgment to the Chariot, it's like this energy of you, like, with the Judgment card, right? So everybody has their own upbringing, everybody has their own little stories, okay? And everybody's not aware of everybody else's story. So it's really no reason to, like, we have no valid reason to judge another person because we don't know. Even if that is your child, your brother, your sister, your person, okay? You don't know their fucking life. You're not them. You're only looking from the outside. It's a perspective, okay? So the thing is, you know, we can judge somebody all day, like, you know, this person is an alcoholic, or this person is too fast, this person is, you know, too lazy, but you don't know them. You don't, like, even if you know them, don't get me wrong, you don't know them as much as God knows them. And at some point you have to let go of, you know, the process. Like, you have to let go of the control over the other person if you really love them, you know what I mean? And the thing is, everybody doesn't so-called love everybody, you know what I mean? People here, like I said, people judge one another, and we look for the bad things in other people versus looking at the good things. And so what I'm saying here, this is a dark energy because you're basically keeping yourself from expressing. By telling somebody else you can't do this because this is wrong and this is going to happen if you continue, it's like you're living in fear. Judgment is basically like a fear tactic to make people feel like they can't express themselves, okay? So if you're judging somebody else, it's basically because you feel afraid that if you were to do it, then you wouldn't succeed, you wouldn't be okay, okay? And if you see somebody else doing something that's abnormal and you feel like, you know, that's risky, that's crazy, they shouldn't be doing that, you know, I advise you to just learn from them at some point. Like, their braveness should be inspiring to you, you know what I mean? Somebody being brave enough to get out of the comfort zone and just do something that most people say you shouldn't do, that should inspire you to do something that you feel like you couldn't do before, okay? And that's the thing, like, what does your opinion even have? Like, what effect does your opinion have on anybody else? Nothing. It's just an opinion. So with you judging, with anybody judging somebody, it's just basically you're keeping yourself in the dark. And it's like I said, it's a light. It's, you choose to see the world in a good light or a bad light, or you know, any type of light. You know, it's all about the light. But the thing is, the light comes from God though. So if you're connected with God, then you realize we are one, and everything has a neutral light. It doesn't have to be like this is bad, this is good. You know, it's not judgment. It's just everything is together. Everything is what it is. Everything's a tool, and that's what it's for. So with the Chariot, like I said, both of these cards have families on it, but with the Chariot card, I'm seeing that you're moving forward because you're seeing things as more fun and exciting. So before, it was more, you were afraid to take a leap of faith that most people would not be comfortable with you doing. Also, other people, you may have been judging other people, making them feel like they shouldn't be doing something. But now that you see something in a better light, it's like the Chariot card is a victory card. You know, it's also the card of moving forward quickly towards something. And when you move quickly towards something, that means you know what you're doing. That means you have, you know, the power. So I'm getting, you know, once you release this judgment and replace it with compassion and acceptance and being more gentle and having empathy for others in the world, you'll begin to know what to do moving forward. Okay, so we have love right here. So that's just kind of like what I was saying. It's about, both of these cards go together, compassion and love. Love says kindness, benevolence, sharing and receiving. So it's like, once you realize, like once you see the world as a reflection of you, then you start to feel other people's pain. You start to also feel their happiness. You start to feel everything that they feel, because you realize that we're one. And it also gives you the opportunity to help others. Okay, so that's what this love card is about. Like when you feel something is wrong with the world, that's an opportunity to bring something new. That's an opportunity to bring a new idea, or, you know, whatever, your gift basically. But your gift comes from God, and that's something that you have to be aware of at all times. You have to stay connected with God in order to know what you should be doing, because if you're not connected with God, you're going to be on the other side of the light, which means there's going to be somebody that is connected with God that's going to help you. So regardless, you're going to be straight. But the thing is, it's like, do you want to be more at peace, or do you want to be not at peace? Because when you're with God, then you're at peace through everything, and you can help other people. But when you're not at peace, when you're not with God, then you're not at peace. And you also are constantly needing help. You constantly need something outside of you to help you, because you don't believe God is there with you the whole time. So last but not least, we have intuition. It says trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. So this is letting me know that there's something here. With the number being 41 at the top, it's definitely giving me the energy that you already are stable within yourself. Like you already have this energy within. You know what to do, but you're not confident in it because of your you feel like you need validation. That's what this throat chakra is about. Okay, communication, that's also here, but you're not. Wow. So as I was saying, I keep plucking from this same deck, and we have seeing right here. So it's something here that you're not seeing about communication. Communication doesn't always have to come from the mouth. It doesn't come from, you know, it doesn't have to come like that. It's always, everything is energy, okay? You can look at something and feel their energy. You know what they're doing. You know what they're communicating to you. Everything is communication. Like literally, a color, the vibe, textures, you know, it lets you know what things are by, you have to observe, you know? And that's what I'm getting, like with intuition right here. It's something that you're being told constantly, and you know that you almost kind of live in another world with this. You separate your own world from this paradise that you have within. But this paradise that you dream about, it's real. It's actually real. It's just in your head that you have to, it's in your head, but you have to bring it out of your head and start just acting as if it's already here. That's literally what I'm getting. Okay, God has already been telling you, this is that, this is that, this is how this works. But it's like, because you don't have somebody to talk to about it, or because, you know, society is not going to, society might have a lot of questions or something, is what I'm getting. Like, you might not feel ready to answer those questions, or, yeah, it's crazy. We got the Queen of Swords that came out. So Queen of Swords is about truth. It's about communicating, like, harshly. I don't know why. It's not about harsh communication, but with the Queen of Swords, I'm getting that she don't mind being harsh, okay? Like, she will tell you how it is, because the sword, it has a sharp point to it. Like, she knows it's the fucking truth. So why play around with the truth? So that's what I'm getting. Y'all know something is the truth, but y'all are too afraid to express your truth because everybody else don't think it's the truth. And so, you know, you're just, the main message is to believe your truth. Like, stop playing.